What's up everybody, whydavis here, back with another review. So I'm showing you guys the Shai 001 Charm Black. Alright guys, these have officially come out today for a retail price of $130, along with this colorway and a clay brownish looking colorway. Technically the first shoe ever did release at Tier 0 boutiques only, and this is the second release, and we got 3 pair of shoes on this release date, guys. So we got black, blue, and we got like a similar one to the butter one that came out. But I believe these shoes should have came out during the playoffs or right after as a shock drop during, the finals, in my opinion. Now, if you guys don't know who Shai is, he is one of the best basketball players in the world right now. He was drafted by Charlotte and then immediately traded to Los Angeles Clippers, and then got traded in a blockbuster trade for Paul George. And in 2019, 2020, it didn't really make a lot of sense to why they would do that, but it all worked out in OKC's favor. Now, with that being said, OKC team is super young, and I don't see why they won't be slowing down later on. But as you guys can see, that trade did work out in their favor with all the draft picks and everything that they got. So let's get into it, guys. So this is the box right here. This shoe did come out today. Once again, I did go with a size 10 on both of these shoes. Hopefully I can get the brown pair later on today. I'm going to be going to Foot Locker. If you guys have a flagship store, at Foot Locker, House of Hoops, they will be at certain stores, so make sure you guys go there after 5 p.m. if you guys want to pick them up. They are very limited, guys. These shoes did cost $130, and they did sell out instantly on the sneakers app this morning. And I just want to say, guys, these things are going for almost $100 over retail. So I did go with a size 10 on these, but I'm going to suggest retail on the box. If you guys look at the top of the box here, we see the 2s, one standing up, one upside down. That is his logo. Now, I don't know what will happen if he ever does, want to change his number or get traded and then have to change his number, but I don't think that's going to happen. But basically, the design on this is standing for 2, meaning like 2 types of lives. He is 2 people in one. If you guys didn't know, he's also one of the best dressed in the NBA as well. And these shoes look amazing with baggy fits. So you guys know he is like a baggy fit type of person. And these shoes look amazing with those type of, aesthetics. So this is the shoe right here. Open it up for you guys. On a tissue paper here, it does come with some black tissue paper, and they do come individually wrapped, as you guys can see. And these shoes look really nice in person and on feet. They're plain, but it is still nice to see. Underneath the tissue paper and everything like that, it says 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Then we get a signature there. Really dope detailing on the inside of the box right there. So that is one of his favorite moves to do. If you guys think he is the best player in the world right now, let me know what you guys think about that, man. But this is a shoe right here. What do you guys think about it? Is it going to be a cop or drop for you guys? So in the 70s, they had Julius Erving. In the 80s, they had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And then in the 90s, once Adidas passed on Jordan, once Converse, passed on him as well, he just went to Nike and changed the whole sneaker game. Now Jordans are really lifestyle, and they're not really ball sneakers, which is kind of weird to say because you don't really see people balling in retros. Like, think about it. Will you guys be seeing anybody balling in the Tokyo 5s this year in the NBA? Probably not. This has to be one of the best shoes you can buy right now for the price and the comfortability. Now, Nike brand did try to, go with Ja Morant, but I will say with those Ja's that the traction on those are really good if you guys are interested in those. But with this shoe, the traction on these are good. You guys will be able to hear that later on in the video. But as you guys can see here, these things have a lot of good traction on these, and they feel really nice on feet, which you guys can see later on in the video as well. But looking at the shoe here, on the bottom of the shoe here, you see the Converse logo down there in gray. At the bottom here, we see the logo in gray as well. Now, growing up as a kid, once I wasn't able to get the Jordans and the Nikes, these Converses were the ones on sale with the red tag, and I was able to get like 2 or 3 of these shoes for the whole school year, and I did do that for like a school year or 2. But once Larry Bird was out, Magic was out, they didn't really have a savior. You know what I'm saying? So Nike really took over in the 90s and the early 2000s, and that's why these shoes, started to have a down point, and then eventually they did sell to Nike in 2003. If you guys didn't know that, now you guys know. So Nike has owned Converse since 2003, but this is the first, really big star that they have been able to sign to the brand. Think about it, if you guys play 2K, you guys know you can sign with any brand, but sometimes you get more money for signing here, or more, you know, advantages for signing with a different deal than Nike. But looking at the outside of the shoe here, this shoe is made up of like a suede and like a neoprene all the way around the shoe. Now this shoe does look like the glove, you know, the shoes that Gary Payton used to use when they zip up and have the nice Nike swoosh on the side. And if you guys didn't know, a lot of shoe companies nowadays don't really, you know, make a brand new shoe from scratch anymore. They take different things from other shoes and make it into one. It's just not something that we see in today's world anymore. And I will say with the AE1s and the AE2s, you know, they kind of did switch things up a little bit, but they still did scrap from other things. But the AE2 does look like something we have never seen before. But, you know, it is what it is. But this is the shoe right here. What do you guys think, man? On the outside of this shoe here, we get this really nice materials all the way around the shoe. It doesn't really have a pattern change here, but you guys can feel on this material. It does feel really nice and premium, in my opinion. We get this neoprene on the top here. This shoe is really well padded, especially on the inside around the ankle area and everything like that. And I know a lot of people in the NBA, you know, have been getting hurt recently, tearing their Achilles and things like that. Do you guys think that is a problem with, you know, how they're stepping in the launch? Or do you guys think that is because they're wearing like low top to mid top shoes? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think about that. Comment in the comments box below. But towards the back here, we get like this black back there, kind of like some TPU material, which is basically like plastic and rubber mixed together. The materials on these are nice. We get some air zoom technology in the midsole as well. You guys can see that branding on the bottom half of the inside of the shoe right there. But let me know what you guys think, man. We get this nice zipper down booty on this shoe, and we get the Converse logo there. Now when you guys do unzip it, you guys do see that it does come with some, basically like some, you know, shields, some paper shields. And on the inside here, we get the black laces, and we see the twos on the tongue right here. Now we do have a little bit of a pattern change on the tongue, but nothing too crazy. They do come with some black laces, no extra laces on these. We see a little bit of like some mesh on the laces on the tongue there. Looking at the front of the toe box here, we do see this rubber creeping up from the bottom of the shoe. But, you know, this material on these, you don't have to worry about them creasing up or, you know, anything like that because of the material used on these shoes. But on the inside of the shoe, we do get a lot of tissue paper on these. It seems like two separate different tissue papers on the inside of the shoe here. On the inside of the tongue, I did go with a size 10 on these. The production dates on this is, I don't even see it, but I'm gonna show you guys the inside of the shoe right there. We get black sock lining on this shoe. Taking out the actual insole on the shoe here, we get the twos, his logo. And then this is what it looks like. A cheap insole. We get this insole made from recycled material. That's why you guys see all those different color rainbows and everything like that on the back of the insole. Underneath the actual insole here, it is blue. And we see the white stitching. Coming towards the back here, we see the Converse logo and like a black. And then behind that, we see some more black and everything like that. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this shoe, guys. We get some neoprene back there as well. What do you guys think about these, man? Is this one of the best colorways to drop so far? Let me know in the comments box below. I just want to say thank you guys for all support, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, show your boy some love, and stay tuned.